I'll be honest, when I first started looking at cheap countertop beverage coolers, I ended up with a unit that barely kept the water cold and leaked every time I tried to move it. Those regrets are why I'm extra cautious before I hit add to cart on any kitchen appliance. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The question I keep hearing from people who are on the fence is, can a mid-range model actually give you the reliability of a commercial machine without the price tag? That's the exact angle I explored with the Grindmaster D15, a single-bowl refrigerated dispenser that comes with plastic side panels. First off, let's talk about why a beverage dispenser feels like a necessary purchase in the first place. If you run a small office, host weekly game nights, or just want a steady stream of cold drinks for a family gathering, the convenience of a built-in cooler beats pulling ice from the freezer, filling a pitcher, and hoping it stays cold long enough. The frustration, though, is that many low-priced units either don't keep the temperature low enough, or the bowl is so shallow you're constantly refilling. The D15 promises a compact design with a single bowl that's refrigerated from the inside, and the plastic side panels are meant to keep the footprint small while cutting cost. I set up the unit in a typical break room that's about 810 feet, with a wall outlet nearby and a modest flow of traffic, roughly 20 people a day grabbing a bottle of water or a cup of iced tea. The first thing I noticed is the size. It sits comfortably on a countertop without hogging space, and the side panels are thin enough that you can slide it in and out of a tight kitchen nook. That's a real win for anyone who doesn't have a dedicated bar area but still wants the look of a commercial cooler. Loading the bowl is straightforward. You pull the front latch, lift the insulated bowl out, fill it with your beverage of choice, and set it back in. The lid seals tightly, and the unit clicks on with a soft hum. In practice, this means you can fill a 5-liter jug of lemonade in the morning, and the dispenser will keep it at a chilled, drinkable temperature for the entire workday. I tested it with both bottled water and a pre-mixed iced coffee, and the temperature stayed within a few degrees of the set point for at least 8 hours. For a small office or home setting, that consistency is more than enough. Now, the plastic side panels are where the trade-offs become apparent. On the plus side, they keep the unit lightweight. Moving it from the kitchen to a patio for a weekend barbecue is painless. However, because they're not metal, they don't offer the same level of impact resistance. A stray pot or a bump from a cart could dent the panels, and while it won't affect the refrigeration, it does look unsightly after a while. If you're planning to keep the dispenser in a high-traffic commercial environment, you might want to budget for a sturdier housing. Another practical consideration is the bowl capacity. The D15 holds roughly 5 liters, which translates to about 13 to 14 standard 12-ounce cups. That's perfect for a small team or a family gathering of 10 to 15 people, but it does mean you'll be refilling more often if you're serving a larger crowd. In a real-world scenario, I found myself topping off the bowl twice during a 4-hour lunch rush at a community center. If you expect to serve 50 people at once, you'll likely need a larger unit or an additional dispenser. Cleaning is often overlooked, but it can be a deal breaker. The bowl slides out easily, and the interior is smooth enough that a quick rinse with warm water does the trick. The plastic side panels, however, have a few recessed seams where water can pool if you're not thorough. I spent an extra minute wiping those areas after each use, which isn't a huge burden, but it's something to keep in mind if you're looking for a truly hands-off experience. One hidden cost with this type of unit is energy consumption. Because the refrigeration system is built into the base, it runs continuously to maintain temperature. In my testing, the D15 drew roughly 120 watts when idle, which on a monthly electricity bill translates to a few dollars. Nothing shocking, but worth noting if you're trying to keep overhead low. For most home users, that's a negligible amount, but a small business with multiple dispensers should factor it in. So, who should consider the Grindmaster D15? If you're a small office manager who wants a reliable source of cold water without committing to a full-size commercial cooler, this unit hits the sweet spot. It's also a solid choice for a home bar host who wants to impress guests with a sleek, chilled beverage station without spending a fortune. The lightweight design, decent temperature,